Today on July 4th it's an emergency. I order you to open this right now. Archangel Michael has been trying to reach you. 2 of your relatives did this to you. Open this immediately, Archangel Michael says. There's no more time left to delay. The clouds have shifted and the truth is trembling at the edge of revelation. Today, on July 4th, something you were never supposed to know is finally being exposed by divine force. You're being watched, not by strangers, but by 2 familiar faces. These 2 relatives, people who unsaid in your home, broke bread at your table, have done something unforgivable behind your back. They have tied their destiny to a deceit they prayed you'd never uncover. Their secret is no longer safe. Your soul has already begun to sense it. Sleepless nights, anxiety without a reason, unexplainable delays in your blessings. The truth is, they have stolen something that was meant to change your life. Amen. To get blessing. March 1933, they didn't just keep it, they buried it. Documents, property, or inheritance, whatever it was, it had your name on it. But they decided to remove you, to erase your claim and rewrite the story as if you were never supposed to be part of it. Archangel Michael says, divine fire is circling around your enemies now. These 2 relatives, united by jealousy and greed, will be forced to watch what they built on lies begin to crumble. Every conversation they had about you, every laugh they shared in mockery, it's now echoing through the realm of justice. Your steps are being traced by light. Every corner they turned to hide the truth has now been lit up by divine intervention. And you, chosen one, are standing at the center of this transformation. Type Amen to get blessing 777. They underestimated your calling. One of them once even said, they'll never find out. That sentence alone triggered a heavenly reaction. The moment they sealed the deal that betrayed your legacy, they also opened a portal of their own downfall. You've been patient long enough. God gave them chances to confess, to make things right. But they chose silence. They chose to smile in your face while signing your name off something that could have shifted your entire life. Archangel Michael says, the heavens are not silent anymore. You are being spoken about in heaven's court as we speak. The angels are gathering files, names, papers, everything connected to this wrongdoing. Type Amen to get blessing 1144. They left behind a digital trace. 1 email, 1 message, 1 screenshot, it's going to resurface. It might come through an anonymous source. Or it may fall into your lap by accident, but it won't be an accident at all, it's divine intervention. A woman is involved, possibly one of the relatives or someone who helped them hide this matter. He blamed Sweet but knew too much. She manipulated the entire situation and said, don't worry. We'll keep it under control, but now, nothing is under control anymore. Your name is coming back into the records. The erasure they thought was permanent is being undone. There is a reversal taking place and they will witness you rise with what they tried to take. Type Amen to get blessing February 2020. Their hearts are becoming restless, their sleep is being disturbed. One of them is dreaming of you, standing in front of them asking, why did you do this to me? A dream wasn't fiction. That was your spirit confronting them before the truth manifests. They thought no one would ever notice, but someone so. Someone who is not even close to you anymore remembers the way you were treated. That person has a key to unlock a door that leads straight to the exposure of their plot. Archangel Michael says vengeance does not belong to you, but truth does. And truth is no longer silent. The very wind is beginning to speak your name, the air around them is getting heavier every time they try to forget what they've done. Type Amen to get blessing 888, they whispered, "We have to do it now before they find out." But the whisper was heard by angels. And now, it's echoing back louder than ever, wrapped in divine judgment. Their time of secrecy has expired, everything they built is at risk now. Their image, their name, and the things they kept hidden will be tested under the fire of heaven. Archangel Michael says your innocence has called forth the power of angelic justice. Be prepared, because in the next 7 days, a major sign will come. It could be a message, a document, a stranger telling you something odd, or an unexpected financial offer. Pay attention. That will be the hand of God revealing what was meant to stay hidden. Type Amen to get blessing 4444. One of the relatives involved is beginning to distance themselves from the other. They are afraid, they're not afraid of you. They're afraid of what's about to come. Divine pressure is squeezing the lies out of them. A confession is near. A confrontation might happen, and when it does, you will be calm. You won't need to raise your voice. The truth will speak louder than anything they say. Archangel Michael says, the sword of justice is drawn. It's not to harm but to sever what hath been unfairly attached to your destiny, and you will rise with double what was stolen. Type Amen to get blessing 999. They thought you were weak. They thought your silence was defeat. But you were never alone, God has been watching. The heavens have recorded every tear you didn't cry out loud. Now a reversal is coming. The lies will shatter and the truth will echo. Your name will shine, not because of vengeance, but because of justice finally being seen. Stay silent now. Let the divine forces do the work. Everything is being set in motion. Their downfall will be their own doing and your victory will come with peace. Type Amen to get blessing 555. Archangel Michael says, they know the clock is ticking. You may not see their panic on the outside, but deep within, their fear is swelling. Every time they hear your name, they flinch because it reminds them of what they did. The silence that surrounded this betrayal is about to crack open. A conversation is going to happen soon, one that they will not be able to control. Someone close to them, who knows the truth but stayed quiet, is preparing to break. This person can no longer carry the weight. They didn't plan to expose them, but something is pushing them, nudging their spirit, whispering that it's time to tell you. That whisper comes from divine realms. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. You may suddenly feel drawn to speak to someone you haven't heard from in years. That is not a coincidence. That person holds a missing piece of this painful puzzle and their time to reveal it is now. You'll begin to notice signs, accidental names mentioned, slips of the tongue, tension in family gatherings. Watch carefully, the two relatives involved are trying to keep the story aligned, but it's already beginning to unravel. Archangel Michael says, one of them is trying to make amends secretly. They may offer you something or reach out in a strange way. Don't dismiss it. It's their conscience burning under divine flame. Do not respond in anger. Stay still, for divine justice will speak through silence and truth, not rage. You're being lifted from this darkness, not pulled further into it. Type Amen to get blessing 64064. There is also a location involved, a place you haven't visited in a long time, possibly tied to family history or land. Something was done there. A decision, agreement, a signature, it was all covered up in that place. You're being spiritually guided to revisit that memory. It holds energy. Once you go back there, even in your thoughts, a spiritual door will open. And what has been suppressed will rise with clarity. This betrayal didn't just hurt your present, it tried to block your future. The things you've been praying for, the growth you've been hoping for, the stagnation you felt, it all connects back to what they did. They knew what it would cost you, and they didn't care, but now, the heavens care. The angels are moving in. Top A meant to get blessing 1010. A divine interruption is coming. It will stop their plans, Cole. One of them is about to face a sudden crisis, financial, emotional, or legal. It will be the start of their undoing, and in that breakdown, your truth will be set free. Archangel Michael says, nothing they do from here on will be able to hide this any longer. Even if they try to shift blame, even if they lie again, the proof is coming. It's spiritual law. What's hidden in darkness will be brought to light. You felt isolated, even blamed at times. They painted you in ways that weren't fair. Some believed them. But the tide is turning. Even those who doubted you will soon see with new eyes. This will not only clear your name, it will restore your dignity. And what they tried to erase will return multiplied. Type A meant to get blessing May 2005. They had help. One person outside the family helped manipulate something, perhaps legal, perhaps spiritual. That person will be revealed too. You'll hear a name or feel a chill when it's spoken. That is confirmation. Archangel Michael says, your name hath been written on divine scrolls for restoration. The time has come. These two relatives will have no choice but to watch the divine reversal play out in front of their very eyes. Their biggest fear was you finding out. Now their fear is reality and they are running out of moves. Tuck them in to get blessing July 1977, their own guilt had becoming a chain around their feet. They thought by avoiding you, they could avoid the consequences. But the truth is chasing them in ways they never imagined. Even people around them are beginning to question their choices. They're breaking down. Even in their health, you'll notice changes. Sleeplessness, anxiety, guilt, it's all showing. Your own spiritual protection is slipping away. This is not your revenge, it's your release. This message is your proof that heaven is fighting for you. Archangel Michael has placed divine shields around your future. There is nothing they can do now to stop what's coming. Everything they took from you is about to return in unexpected forms. Type Amen to get blessing 1. One of the relatives may try to distract you emotionally. Be very careful. They may act as if nothing happened. But deep down, they are trying to delay the moment of reckoning. Do not be deceived by smiles or fake kindness. Archangel Michael says, your spirit has already outgrown their manipulation. You're moving toward a destiny too bright to be dimmed by betrayal. You'll soon receive a spiritual confirmation. Maybe in a dream, a feather, a repeating number, or a stranger's words. It will be heaven's way of saying, keep going. You are close to your breakthrough. Tap Amen to get blessing. March 1930. There is a divine inheritance attached to you. Not just money, but wisdom, position, honor, and restoration. What they tried to bury will now be raised higher than they ever imagined. God has remembered the pain you endured silently, the tears you never showed, the faith you held on to. And now, the reward is coming. This betrayal was not your end, it was your ignition. And this June 3rd is the day heaven signed the beginning of your recovery. They will be shocked when they see how you rise. Your elevation will be their awakening, and your peace will be your loudest testimony. Type Amen to get blessing 222. Archangel Michael says, the divine courtroom is now in session. These two relatives, once protected by layers of silence and denial, are standing spiritually exposed. They thought time would bury their wrongdoings, but time has only ripened their judgment. You, child of light, have endured more than anyone truly knows. They laughed in secret, thinking they outsmarted you. But what they didn't account for was the heavenly record. Your name is still there, untouched, unaltered, preserved. The manipulation they orchestrated is beginning to boomerang. The paperwork belies the property or the opportunity they tampered with. Heaven is retrieving it. A divine reversal is now in motion and cannot be stopped by earthly hands. Type Amen to get blessing 606. You may feel a shift in energy around you. Sudden restlessness, vivid dreams, or feeling the urge to revisit conversations long buried. That's not random. That's your spiritual self responding to heaven's trumpet blowing in your favor. They are in fear now, and rightfully so. One of them, the more dominant one, is losing control over the other. The unity in their wrongdoing is beginning to crack, and the weaker one is contemplating confession. Archangel Michael says, prepare to hear something soon. Either directly or through someone else. This revelation will shake you, but it will also free you. It will confirm everything you felt all along but couldn't prove. The very thing they thought would remain hidden forever is about to be spoken, loudly, boldly, undeniably. Type Amen to get blessing 9999. You may feel like crying, not from sadness, but from validation. The moment of I knew it is arriving. And it will not come with bitterness, but with clarity. You'll begin to notice changes in how others treat you. People who once looked at you with doubt will now look at you with awe, because your light is beginning to return. And not just return, but shine stronger than ever. Archangel Michael says, one of the relatives may fall into a public conflict or face unexpected loss. This will not be your doing. It is a natural consequence of their spiritual debt. They sowed destruction, and now the harvest of that deceit is showing. Do not laugh. Do not gloat. Stand still. Because your elevation is a silent roar. Type Amen to get blessing 131. There will be an unexpected opportunity placed in front of you. This will be something they once tried to block. But this time, they cannot interfere. Heaven has sealed it for you and only you. This opportunity might come through a message, a legal form, or a conversation that unexpectedly turns in your favor. Watch for anything that involves your name being re-added to something from which you were once removed. You are now spiritually marked as chosen and restored. No weapon, no lie, no manipulation can cross this divine boundary now. Archangel Michael says, "Your enemies are watching, but powerless, let them watch. You're no longer their prisoner." Type Amen to get blessing 8484. There is also a woman from a distance who will hear your name. She will be divinely led to connect with you. She holds something important. This might be a testimony, a document, or simply validation you never received. She doesn't know the full story, but her heart has been stirred by the angels to reach out. When she comes, don't be afraid to listen. She's one of the divine instruments in your unfolding restoration. They are scrambling now, those two. Trying to clean up, delete things, hide evidence, but they are too late. Heaven already saw it. Even the erased documents are being retrieved in the realm of spirit. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. You may receive a dream or vision of a door. A door represents what was once locked away from you. Archangel Michael says that door is now being unlocked, not by human keys but by heavenly decree. The lies they told came from a place of deep insecurity and jealousy. They saw your light before you even understood it, and instead of protecting you, they tried to silence your shine. But now, the shine is becoming blinding. Their shadows cannot dim what was birthed in divine light. Soon, someone they trust will make a mistake, slip a name, expose a message, forward something by accident. That will be your proof. Be ready to receive it. Type Amen to get blessing January 2016. Their plan was long, calculated, and cruel. They sat for hours crafting how to erase your presence, your inheritance, your future. They toasted to your silence, but that toast has turned to trembling. You may find yourself remembering moments from childhood, moments that didn't make sense but do now. That's because the veil is lifting. Your past is being rewritten with clarity. Archangel Michael says, your spirit is being lifted higher than ever before, and with every elevation, the truth is becoming more visible. Even if they try to spin another lie, it will no longer stand. The angels have made your truth fireproof. Type Amen to get blessing May 1955. There's something they left behind unintentionally, an item, a note, a file, small in appearance, but massive in truth that will soon come into your possession. Keep your spirit open. You were never forgotten. You were never disqualified. You were being prepared for this moment of divine reckoning. They will soon face a wall they cannot pass. And on the other side of that wall will be you, rising, walking in favor, and protected like never before. Type Amen to get blessing 9990. Archangel Michael says, the moment of exposure is already unfolding. They can feel it in their bones. The tension in their conversations has changed. They are no longer plotting. They are petitioned. One of the two relatives has started to feel physical symptoms, tightness in the chest, racing thoughts, cold sweats. These are not coincidences. This is what happens when divine truth begins to tighten its grip. You will hear soon that something they depended on will collapse. It may be a financial project, a legal shield, or a close friend who suddenly steps back. This is divine withdrawal, heaven pulling away everything they use to cover their tracks. Type Amen to get blessing. April 1940. They will soon be forced to admit the truth, not because they want to, but because circumstances will leave them with no choice. Their lies will no longer align, one will turn on the other. What they've built together will now destroy their bond. Archangel Michael says, their betrayal is being turned into your blessing. The very action they took to remove your name is now the force that will elevate you. Their plan was your fall, but your fall became the foundation of your rise. You are not the same person they tried to erase. You are stronger now, wiser, covered in divine favor. They tampered with your destiny, but they could not destroy your divine calling. They will now be made to watch what happens when heaven steps in for a chosen soul. I pray meant it. Blessing 777. Be ready for an unexpected shift in your favor. This may come through an old connection reaching out, someone offering you something they felt led to give. That's heaven whispering into the hearts of strangers on your behalf. The energy around your name is shifting. Before, it stirred jealousy and lies. Now, it will stir favor, doors opening, invitations arriving, opportunities that carry your name engraved spiritually. Archangel Michael says, your silence was never weakness. It was your weapon. While they were speaking lies, you were being written into heaven's scroll of justice. And now, that scroll is being read aloud. Type Amen to get blessing 303. You may start to receive flashbacks. Memories may hit you out of nowhere. You'll hear something, see something, and suddenly the truth behind it all will become clear. That is spiritual memory retrieval. Heaven is showing you what they tried to hide. You will cry not out of pain, but out of release. Everything they took is being returned spiritually first and then physically. And when it comes, it will not be small. The blessings coming will overshadow what was stolen. God never returns what's lost in equal measure, He multiplies it. Type Amen to get blessing 444. The more they try to fix things in the dark, the more it unravels in the light. They will begin to avoid you, change routes, dodge gatherings, keep conversations short. Their spirit knows what their words won't admit. You will no longer chase clarity, clarity is chasing you. You will no longer beg for understanding. Truth is being wrapped like a gift and sent into your lap. Archangel Michael says, heaven will now send you signs faster. Pay attention to dates, numbers, even people who subtly mention something strange. They are unaware they are being used as messengers for your confirmation. Type Amen to get blessing February 2023. They used to say you were too sensitive, that you were imagining things. But soon, those very same people will say, I'm sorry. You were right, that will be your final closure. You will not need revenge. The way you will be lifted will speak louder than anything else. One of the two relatives will try to come forward with a watered-down version of the truth. Do not settle for half confessions, they must face what they did. You don't have to punish them. Divine law already has. Your only job now is to walk into the restoration. Tap Amen to get blessing August 1988, you will feel lighter. The heaviness they placed on your shoulders is breaking off. With every word of this message, the spiritual ties they placed over your life are being severed. What they used: manipulation, deceit, stolen signatures, or even dark spiritual energy is being dissolved. The fire of divine presence is surrounding your name. Nothing unclean can touch it anymore. You are being reintroduced to the world. Not as the victim, but as the victor, not as the forgotten one, but as the chosen light bearer. Archangel Michael says, this is your final warning and your first step into the reward. Type Amen to get 99,999 if you have been feeling off balance, confused, dizzy, or overly emotional lately. This was the spiritual shift manifesting in your body. Heaven was realigning your destiny, cleansing your path. Those two relatives may appear calm, but inside, their foundation is shaking. Don't try to rush what is happening. Let heaven finish what it started. You are protected now, no more sabotage. On.uw 1 email 1 screenshot 1 witness, it's coming. And when it arrives, it will be undeniable. Type Amen to get blessing 1. There will be an event soon, perhaps a family gathering, a legal check-in, or a phone call you didn't expect. Be alert. This is where the exposure will begin to slip through. You don't need to prove anything. Archangel Michael says, your life will be the proof, your glow, your rise, your peace. That is what they'll never be able to deny or duplicate. The gates of restoration are wide open now. Run through them with faith. You did nothing to deserve their betrayal, but you deserve everything that's about to arrive. Type Amen to get blessing 111. Your inheritance is no longer delayed. Your justice is no longer silent. Your soul is no longer bound to confusion. You are free. What you lost in time, you will gain in blessings. What you lost in trust, you will gain in divine protection. What you lost in tears, you will gain in glory. This chapter ends here, but your rise is just beginning. Hopping in to get blessing 10,000.